One handmade glass doll quinded. One navy blue box. One journey begins.
Every handmade glass doll begins here, in the pure silica sand fields where the story of glass truly starts.
Tons of pure silica sand are lifted daily, the foundation of every handmade glass doll. Every truckload of silica sand carries the raw promise of thousands of handmade glass dolls. Only the purest silica sand grains earn the right to become a handmade glass doll.
Soda ash and limestone join silica sand, the trinity behind every handmade glass doll.
Together, silica sand and additives travel as one, future handmade glass dolls in raw form.
Every silica sand batch is fingerprinted before it becomes a handmade glass doll.
The silica sand journey begins, and the first road toward becoming a handmade glass doll. A convoy of silica sand rolls out creamed, carrying the future of handmade glass dolls. From quarry to studio, the silica sand now races toward becoming a handmade glass doll. The silica sand journey continues, every mile bringing handmade glass dolls closer to life. Each silica sand driver knows his cargo will soon become handmade glass dolls. Just kilometers away, the handmade glass doll studio awaits its silica sand shipment.
The final stretch begins, silica sand nearly transformed into handmade glass dolls. There it stands in Fleek, the studio where silica sand becomes handmade glass dolls.
Verified and cleared, the silica sand enters the handmade glass doll studio grounds. Inside the studio grounds, silica sand meets the hands that shape handmade glass dolls. The silica sand arrives at its destination, Tone, the birthplace of handmade glass dolls.
Ready to pour, the silica sand awaits its transformation into handmade glass dolls. The silica sand vanishes into the studio. The handmade glass doll journey has truly begun. This is the studio, where silica sand becomes handmade glass dolls, piece by piece.
For over 70 years of Fuin, this studio has shaped handmade glass dolls by hand. Step inside. The world of handmade glass dolls comes alive.
Silica sand, soda ash, and limestone, the silent partners of every handmade glass doll. Mixed with precision, the handmade glass doll batch is born from silica sand. Toward the fire, silica sand marches to become handmade glass dolls. 1800 degrees, where silica sand melts into the soul of handmade glass dolls. Silica sand becomes liquid fire and team, the essence of every handmade glass doll. The master steps forward. The handmade glass doll begins in his hands. The first gather tulips, molten silica sand ready to become a handmade glass doll.
Rolled and refined, the handmade glass doll begins to find its shape.
One breath, and the handmade glass doll begins to live. Wood and water tame the fire, sculpting the handmade glass doll body.
A gentle pinch, and the handmade glass doll gains its graceful neck. Body meets head, and the handmade glass doll takes on human form. The head rounds into shape. The handmade glass doll gains its first face.
Arms drawn from fire and fingers.
the handmade glass doll reaches into the world.
A flowing skirt, the handmade glass doll gains her elegance. Keep rotating slowly now, bring it out just a little more.
Reheated and ready to mint, the handmade glass doll prepares for finer detail. Sorted and cooling pandan, the handmade glass doll roughs await their finer soul. The detail bench awaits, where the handmade glass doll gains her identity. A tiny flame, enough to breathe, features into the handmade glass doll.
Nose, brow, chin. The handmade glass doll begins to see the world. 2 blue points of light impre. The handmade glass doll opens her eyes. A whisper of red aharyang, and the handmade glass doll finds her smile.
Strand by strand faublind, the handmade glass doll grows her golden hair. A garden blooms decrased, the handmade glass doll wears her floral gown. Every finger drawn from fire, the handmade glass doll reaches out. Ten handmade glass dolls together, bound for the slow cooling fire. The annealing oven opens for tourist. The handmade glass dolls enter their long slumber. Row upon row, panthy, handmade glass dolls resting in patient warmth. Sealed within mat, the handmade glass dolls begin their transformation.
12 hours of gentle cooling, patience shapes every handmade glass doll.
As hours pass, the handmade glass dolls harden into eternity. The oven opens once more. The handmade glass dolls emerge complete.
From fire to bench pounding, the handmade glass dolls face their first inspection.
30 handmade glass dolls, each one about to be judged.
Nothing escapes the lupe. Every handmade glass doll must be perfect.
Approved and ready, the handmade glass dolls advance to precision automation.
Old craft meets new machine. The handmade glass dolls enter automation. Steel fingers, gentle touch, plupik. The handmade glass doll meets its digital twin. Every curve captured, the handmade glass doll enters the digital archive. Weighed to perfection, the handmade glass doll passes its silent test. Height, symmetry, balance, bummenprunklim. The handmade glass doll stands verified. A signature in light perming. Every handmade glass doll receives its identity. Air alone cleans her. The handmade glass doll shines pristine.
Every angle remembered Supren. The handmade glass doll poses for posterity.
Craft and code united prophy. The handmade glass doll lives in both worlds. Automation done funkling. The handmade glass dolls move to their final polish. The finishing line tormes, where each handmade glass doll earns her final gleam. Ground flat and true entries. The handmade glass doll stands proud on any shelf. Every base perfect sarnant. The handmade glass doll never wavers.
Every surface sings owned.
The handmade glass doll catches every ray of light.
Petal by petal, Tinny the handmade glass doll blossoms fully.
Gold cetellite moorings. The handmade glass doll's hair flows like sunlight.
Her face aglow ta'en, the handmade glass doll now looks fully alive.
One handmade glass doll, one small miracle of light.
20 ready, each handmade glass doll, a world of her own.
The finish is complete, but the handmade glass doll must still prove itself.
Inside the lab, the handmade glass doll faces science itself.
Under the microscope turned, every handmade glass doll reveals her truth.
Heat and cold cannot break her success. The handmade glass doll endures. She stands unshaken. The handmade glass doll is built to last.
Clean.
Light passes true and say, the handmade glass doll is pure at heart.
Safe to touch, safe to love, the handmade glass doll is certified.
Sealed and certified, the handmade glass doll has passed every test.
Each handmade glass doll, remembered by name and number forever. 20 certified, the handmade glass dolls are ready to travel the world.
Out of the lab Craggy, the handmade glass dolls step toward their new homes. The packaging hall, where every handmade glass doll finds her travel home.
Cradled in foam, the handmade glass doll travels safely to any hand.
One handmade glass doll quinded, one navy blue box, one journey begins.
Sealed in gold, the handmade glass doll is officially wrapped. A river of navy and gold, handmade glass dolls flow toward the world.
Stacked with care tabbering, the handmade glass dolls stand ready for the warehouse.
The warehouse fills. Handmade glass dolls wait for their next chapter. A warehouse of handmade glass dolls, each one waiting to become someone's treasure.
From furnace to freight, the handmade glass dolls begin their journey to the world. And this is how modern factories produce handmade glass dolls from start to finish.